Okay, so I've already talked about this room a few times. This is going to be my next project, turning this area in here into my creative studio. So I started off first with adding some wainscoting. I knew this would add a little flair to the room, and I also wanted to go with a bold color on the bottom, so you'll see that a little later. But here I'm just attaching the paneling to the wall. Now, normally when I do wainscoting, I like to do the outer portions first, and then I'll just use my brad nailer and nails to attach it to the wall. Now, I do like to put a bead of liquid nails on the back of my wood, just to make sure it's extra secure, because over time wood does shift, so I want to make sure in the future it's not shifting too much. But before we finish this out, here's just a little tip for you guys. Naturally, when you're installing two baseboards, you just want to butt the two boards together, but this creates a very visible seam. So my pro tip is to cut a 45-degree angle on both sides of the boards so that when you join them together, it almost eliminates the seam, and you can use some wood filler to completely take it away. All right, now it is time to paint the wainscoting, and as you can see, I am going super bold with this bright green. Now, I already purchased the furniture for this room, and I have a green couch, so I knew this darker green would be great coupled up with my green couch. The green couch is a shade lighter, and I knew it'd be the perfect match, but I also love to go bold, so I felt like this was the perfect color for this bonus room slash creative studio. Then once I was able to paint on the inside, I added the inner slats of the wainscoting. I do this way because it just makes it a lot easier to paint the wall without the inner paneling first. So I paint the wall, then attach the paneling, then I can go back and caulk and do things like that, repaint, yada yada yada. You get the picture. Then it was time to figure out what I wanted to do on the top of the wall. Now, I had a couple of options. First, I thought wallpaper, then I thought stripes, and then I decided, why not just do both? So on this wall, I decided to start doing some stripes. Here you can see me using my painter's tape to create the stripes. I did use 2 rows of tape in order to get those thick lines that I wanted. I just basically did 1 line of tape, put one right beside each other, and then I did this across the whole wall to get the stripe effect that I wanted. Now, once I did a few stripes, I decided to go ahead and hang up one piece of wallpaper just because I kind of wanted to see what it looked like together before hanging the full wallpaper. I do this a lot just to kind of get a little vision of what I'm thinking. So I'm hanging this wallpaper so that when I paint the stripes, I can kind of see it together and also see if I like the wallpaper. Now, I had the terrible idea to paint these stripes purple, and it was giving Barney. It did not look good. So I decided to go back, which means, yes, I had to retape all the lines, go back, repaint it this tan color because the purple was just not it. Part of me felt like it wasn't going to look good, but I had to try. So I'm giving myself an A for effort. But I went back and used this beautiful tan color, and I felt like this would probably look a lot better. And I was right. Once that was all repainted, I took the painter's tape off the wall, which really is the most satisfying part, to see those straight lines. But the tan was definitely looking a lot better and more in line with what I was hoping for in terms of the design for this space. Now, I will say I always like using this yellow tape when I'm doing lines because it always gives me the crisp lines that I need. And as you can see, it's looking super crisp, super good. Now, once I had confirmed that the stripes looked okay, I went ahead and started taping the other end of the wall so that I could do the stripes all across that side wall, as you can see here. And it really came out really well. The tape did really good. So I had went back and forth on whether I should do the wainscoting on all the walls. After seeing it, I decided to just wrap the whole room. And I wanted to give you a quick snapshot of how the room looked with the wallpaper. Unfortunately, I was selling and I thought that it may be too much for some people, so I ended up painting it. But okay, so this is the upstairs. This is the room that I just finished. Literally, I was up till 3 a.m. before my house showing to get this room done. to show it off. So this is the room that was supposed to be work studio, but unfortunately I won't get to enjoy it because the house is sold. So here's the room. I have my conference table here for meetings and this lovely basset couch that I got in green, which I love. So I'm excited to put this in the new house and kind of recreate this space because I didn't get to enjoy it, but absolutely love it. And then that goes into the craft room, which some of you seen. I was able to paint the ceiling in this room. Also holds all of my craft things, all of the artsy stuff that I do. And then I was able to create a painted arc and a mural. So yeah, upstairs was kind of like fun space for my work that I do, Handmade Haven. So yeah, that is it. That is the house tour.